In a world that never stops talking, solitude feels like rebellion. But within that silence lies something precious: freedom and peace. A life not driven by noise, but by knowing. Every day we're pulled in 100 directions, by opinions, obligations, and the constant pressure to be seen. Social media floods our minds, expectations weigh down our hearts, and somewhere along the way, we lose touch with ourselves. But what if the clarity you seek isn't out there at all? What if the most powerful transformation begins the moment you sit alone and listen? Buddhist teachings remind us, solitude is not emptiness. It's a return to your breath, your truth, your essence. In stillness, we don't escape life, we meet it fully. In this video, we'll explore 7 life-changing lessons from Buddhist wisdom that show how solitude isn't a weakness, but a path to strength, clarity, and self-empowerment. Let's begin. 1. Solitude is the gateway to self-discovery. In our fast-paced world, being alone is often feared and avoided. Many feel restless or anxious when left with their own thoughts, rushing instead to fill silence with noise or distractions. This avoidance creates a barrier between ourselves and our deeper truth. Once Buddha said, "Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power." Buddhist wisdom invites us to embrace solitude not as emptiness, but as a sacred opportunity to truly meet ourselves. When we turn inward, without distraction or judgment, we begin to understand the mind's patterns and uncover the peaceful essence beneath the chaos. Picture a still pond at dawn. When undisturbed, it perfectly reflects the sky and trees. But when tossed by wind or stones, its surface clouds and distorts. Solitude is like the calm pond, allowing clear reflection of your inner self. Start by dedicating 5 minutes each day to quiet sitting. Close your eyes, focus on your breath, and gently observe your thoughts without chasing or pushing them away. This simple act trains your mind to find peace in stillness. Remember, in solitude you don't lose yourself. You find the deepest part of who you are. 2. Know yourself beyond the noise. In the rush of daily life, we wear many masks: worker, parent, friend, achiever. We become so busy performing who we think we should be that we forget who we truly are. When the noise stops, many feel empty. Not because there is nothing inside, but because they've never paused long enough to listen. Buddha once said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." Buddhism teaches that beneath all roles and labels lies your original nature, pure, aware, and unshaken. But to discover it, you must be willing to sit quietly with yourself without distraction, without performance. Only then can the truth of who you are begin to rise. Imagine a mirror covered in dust. No matter how ornate the frame, its purpose is lost. Solitude is the cloth that wipes the surface clean, so the mirror can reflect clearly once again, each day. Sit for 5 minutes and ask gently, "Who am I when I am not trying to be anything?" Don't rush to answer. Just sit with the question. Let your being respond. Your truest self is not something you have to invent. It is something you remember, and solitude is how you remember. 3. Silence is the soil where wisdom grows. In a world filled with constant noise, phones ringing, endless chatter, and racing thoughts, true clarity feels lost. Many struggle to find peace because their minds are overwhelmed, leaving them confused, reactive, and disconnected from deeper understanding. Once Buddha said, "When the mind is silent, the heart speaks." Buddhist teachings remind us that wisdom cannot grow in noise. Only when we allow silence to settle does insight naturally arise. Silence is not emptiness. It is fertile ground where the truth of our experience blooms. A gardener knows that seeds will not sprout in harsh, noisy conditions. They need quiet soil, gentle water, and patient time. Similarly, Your mind needs silence to awaken its deepest truths. Each day, find moments to sit quietly, without distraction or expectation. Notice the spaces between your thoughts. In these pauses, welcome the gentle voice of your inner wisdom. Remember, in silence, your heart finds its voice. Nurture it, and wisdom will grow. 4. Let go of your masks to find your true self. Many of us live behind masks, roles, expectations, and identities imposed by society or ourselves. We act, perform, and conform, fearing that without these masks, we won't be accepted or loved. This disconnects us from our authentic being and creates inner conflict. Once Buddha said, "All conditioned things are impermanent." When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. Buddhism teaches that our true nature is beyond these temporary roles. The masks we wear are like clouds covering the sun. When they dissolve, the light of our authentic self shines freely. Solitude offers the quiet space to gently peel away these layers without judgment. A monk once held a white jade cup, flawless but hidden in mud. Only by cleaning the mud could its true beauty be revealed. So too, when we let go of our masks, our true self emerges. In moments of solitude, reflect. Who am I beneath my roles and titles? Journal or meditate on this question without rushing to answer. Allow yourself to be curious, patient, and compassionate. By letting go of what no longer serves, you step into your most genuine and powerful self. 5. Embrace discomfort. It is the path to growth. Many avoid solitude because it often brings up uncomfortable feelings, loneliness, fear, old wounds that we prefer to suppress or escape. This avoidance keeps us stuck, unable to heal or evolve. Once, Buddha said, "Just as a solid rock is not shaken by the storm, even so the wise are not affected by praise or blame." Buddhist insight teaches that discomfort is not our enemy but a messenger. It is through facing these inner storms in stillness that we cultivate resilience, wisdom, and compassion for ourselves. Growth happens not despite discomfort, but because of it. A lotus flower blooms beautifully only after pushing through muddy, dark water. Without the struggle beneath, there is no blossom above. When difficult emotions arise in solitude, don't push them away. Sit with them, breathe deeply, observe without judgment. Each time you face discomfort with openness, you build inner strength. Remember, discomfort is the teacher guiding you toward your fullest self. 6. Solitude reveals what truly matters. In the noise and rush of life, our priorities blur. We often chase goals and desires imposed by others or distracted by fleeting pleasures, losing sight of what is deeply meaningful to us. This leaves many feeling empty despite constant activity. Buddha said, "To understand everything is to forgive everything." Buddhism teaches that solitude creates the space needed to see clearly beyond illusions and external expectations. When alone with yourself, you can peel away distractions and reconnect with your deepest values and purpose. This clarity leads to compassion, forgiveness, and authentic living. Like a traveler lost in a forest, only by pausing and turning inward can they find the path out. Solitude is that pause, a moment to recalibrate and realign. Take time weekly to reflect in silence. What truly matters to me right now? Write down your answers and let them guide your choices. Return often to this question as your compass. Remember, in the quiet, the heart's true priorities become clear. 7. Peace is found when you stop seeking it outside. Many spend their lives chasing peace through achievements, relationships, possessions, believing it lies just beyond reach. This endless seeking creates frustration and unrest because peace is not something to obtain. It's already within. Buddha said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." Buddhist wisdom teaches that true peace arises when we turn inward and stop looking outward for fulfillment. In solitude, free from external distractions, we discover that peace is our natural state, always present beneath the mind's restlessness. A student asked a master, "How do I find peace?" The master replied, "Stop looking for it. Sit quietly, and it will find you." Like a candle lighting another, peace is shared when we stop grasping. Each day, spend 5 minutes sitting quietly without expectation. Let go of trying to fix or find anything. Simply be with your breath and presence. Trust that peace is already here, waiting for your recognition. Remember, peace is not a prize to earn, but a gift to accept, always inside you. Solitude is not a void to fear, but a sanctuary to cherish. In the quiet moments alone, you are invited to meet yourself deeply, beyond distractions, beyond masks, beyond the noise of the world. Through Buddhist wisdom, we see that solitude is a sacred path, one that reveals your true nature, awakens your inner strength, and connects you to lasting peace. Remember, the time you spend alone is not time wasted or lonely. It is time invested in your greatest relationship, the one with yourself. By embracing solitude, you cultivate clarity, compassion, and courage to face life fully and freely. May these lessons guide you gently back to your own heart, where true freedom and peace always reside. Walk this path with patience and kindness, knowing you are never truly alone.